Hey guys, what's up? It's Tees with Fore Golf coming at you with a shot tracer tutorial. Now, this is one of the more common questions that we do get is about our shot tracers, and when we do them. Are they live or are they post-production? And just so everyone knows, this is definitely post-production. We don't have the 40, 50K to spare to get that TrackMan that can add them live, like, that you see in the PGA Tour and stuff like that. So it's always post-production, and I'm gonna show you two videos and two different ways to do it with the Shot Tracer Pro app. These shots themselves that I'm using as examples are specific ones where I'm by myself and no one's zooming in on them for me. So basically I just press start, you see the shot, and then I stop it after the shot drops. You're not zooming up on it like some of the other videos that you might see in Good, Brian Bros, Bob Does Sports, and things like that. Some of our videos do have that. That's just I'm playing with somebody else and they're able to do it with me. But this one is not the case. This is for a lot of people that are golfing by themselves and they don't have a second person to shoot for them. Now, if you do want a video on how to do it when you do zoom up on shots and stuff like that, it's slightly different, not too crazy, but definitely leave a comment down below if you guys are interested in that. I can definitely cook one up for you guys. But before we jump into this, if you guys can please leave a like, definitely trying to show this and get this out to the golfing community because it's not that difficult and it's really quick and it makes your videos really look legit and really dope, honestly. Also, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and don't forget to also turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our podcasts, in real life golf videos, or even PGA Tour 2K25. With that being said, let's jump into it. The app that I use is Shot Tracer Pro. They have it for iOS as well as, I believe, PC. And this is the best one, in my opinion. I like doing this one a lot more than the app itself. The app just never seemed to work for me in the years that I've tried doing it. This one does come with a monthly or yearly price as well. I think you get like a 3-day trial before, and then if you cancel it, you're good to go. Otherwise, like 15 bucks or 20 bucks a month or something like that, 80, 90 bucks a year. Regardless, this is the best one in my opinion. You have so many options, so you can do so many different things, and I totally recommend for everyone to use this for their videos. Again, there's a trial, so you can at least try it out before, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And for the first video, I'm going to show you just how to do it with no obstacles. You're not hitting over anything or anything like that. First thing you want to do here, obviously, you're opening up the app. You're going to click down here on import video. And then for me, you're going to have to find the video. For me, it's on the desktop, and I believe it's, no, not this one. It is this one right here, which is from the par 3. It'll analyze the video, and then sometimes it'll have like a little progress bar, and it'll kind of go through it. Sometimes if you have not good lighting, it'll actually say, wasn't able to pick up the shot, and you have to manually do it yourself. Now, in this sense, you can see here they did manually add it, and if you click on the video itself, well, now you have what they think is the best, version of it, and they kind of did it, not AI, but the app itself kind of put it together based off of the data that it saw. Now, you can see right here, the shot tracer tracking quality was good. Now, the ball does go out of the camera, so because of that, it's a little hit or miss, and you can kind of see that they kind of think that the ball's going to end right here, which is just in the air, honestly, by about 30 feet, 40 feet in the air, which is not the case. It was actually a short shot. You'll see that later. But you can see that it lines it up perfectly to the ball, and it does this automatically. You see down below the flight time, it guesses at about 5 seconds. And if you click this play button right here, it'll show you what it looks like in real time before you export the shot. And the ball goes up in the air. Great. But then as you watch while it lands, boop, midair. Not what I want. Definitely not what I want. So what I always do, majority of the time, if it's off, I definitely try to look at every shot as much as I can. Look at the edited version of it to kind of get an idea where the ball lands, and then use this. But in this case, manual edit, you're going to click edit trajectory, and I go keyframing. It's the most accurate line, like it states right here. Line molding takes a little bit more time, and I'm not the biggest fan. So what I like to do here, as you see, this is what the app itself is kind of cooked up right here. This is like where they got what they got. What I'll do is reset to impact frame. And what you're going to do here is you're going to select the impact frame, where you think that the impact happened. Since my camera is 4K 30 frames a second, it's not going to be exact. So as you see here, this one, if I go back a frame, it's not contact at all. It's not yet. And then sometimes it pushes up 2 frames for whatever reason. So if you want it the most ideal and most accurate, you got to push it back another one. And this is the closest that I'm going to be able to get it with my 4K 30 frames per second camera. Now you select impact frame there, and now you're able to track the golf ball. And this is the coolest part right here. If you're not familiar with this, all you got to do is click where the golf ball is, and you get a cool little box around there. Now, what I like to do is zoom in because sometimes I'll be playing and the sky is kind of gray and it's hard to see where the ball is. So, right. So you want to make sure you get that every time. So you can move it around here with like your trackpad or your mouse to get right there, try to center that up. And then if you just press the space bar, it'll go to the next frame. And then all you got to do is click that golf ball again, right in the center. Boom. Click it again, space bar. And if sometimes what I do, if I got like a lot of shots, I got like a whole 18 round, what I like to do is just press it a few times, especially if it's going like straight up in the air. And you can easily just keep doing this a few times with the space bar, moving it up again, trying to get it right in the center. If it's not the end of the world because like it's going to go like honestly very accurately, and the golf ball's kind of going to get out of focus because if I zoom out here, that golf ball's a lot tinier when you zoom out. When I zoom back in, get a few more of these. What I like to do is click on this until one, the golf ball is out of frame, or two, reach its apex. If it reaches apex, then you don't click any more of these at all. You don't need to go all the way down. It'll automatically do that, which is really, really nice. So I click a few more of these. And as you see here, you can see the golf ball right there. It's right here. It's very, very difficult to see. Obviously, you can still see it, but it's difficult. And I'm scrolling up to the top as high as I can. So this is as far as the camera goes right here. So once that ball comes out of frame, which it looks like it's just about to, I'm going to click right there. If I click there, the ball's out of frame. So I'll go back to previous frame there, and then I'll click continue to set landing point. Now for this one does get a little bit tricky, but here is where you're going to try to find where the golf ball lands. This really helps when you played the round recently and you remember where the shot went. You can either go that route or you can bring up the actual footage that you recorded this on and zoom in and try to find it as well there. That's kind of what I do as well. But here, what I like to do, it gives you a little bit of an outline. So this little dot right here is where the golf ball was actually made contact. That's the impact frame that you selected. And now this is the ball in the air right here. So what I like to do is try to go back and forth to try to find where it goes. And if you don't see it, I think I might have seen it already bounce. Let's see here. It should be short. So I'm looking for it to be a little short. I think I might have seen it, but again, with some of these, when you don't zoom in, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Fortunately, at the end, up there it is right there. I can see it right there, that white ball. There it is. So it's right there, this little thing right here. You can kind of see it right there. You basically press the arrow right there and you press create line. And now, boom, instead of it being 5 seconds of flight time, now it's 6.2 seconds of flight time. And now it's landing where it's supposed to, which again, this one's short of the green. Fortunately, I chipped this one in for birdie. If you haven't seen the video, it was dope. Definitely want to check out this round. Did not terrible, not gonna lie. But now you press play and it'll show you what it looks like. As you see, this one looks a little bit more of a cut slightly. It's not exactly straight up and down, and it lands and boom, that looks money. That looks really clean. And then you can click out of that again. And then again, it'll show you the line right here. Again, if you ever want to move this around, you can just click and hold it and you can move that around. I should have done that this time. I'll show you in the next video, my example that you can just move that around. If you want to go that route, you definitely can. All right, so now the only thing else that I need to mention to you is the output settings themselves. You definitely want to be aware of this. For me, I shoot a 4K 30 frames per second camera, and for me, I'll always want to keep it 4K. You can go as source as well, meaning it'll automatically capture. If you have a 4K camera, it'll keep it at 4K. If you have a 1080p, it'll keep it 1080p, and vice versa. But for me, I just have it set at 4K. Export as entire video, start to end. That essentially means if you, like me, during this round, I obviously have to start the camera, and then I have to walk up to the shot, take the shot, and then turn off the camera. I want that whole thing because I'm talking throughout the whole shot. I don't want to miss anything compared to if I go trim individual shot sequence, it's only going to get a few seconds before the shot and a few seconds once the shot lands. And that's it. It's not get the whole clip. So if you have a 35-second clip, including everything for the entire video, it'll probably only get about 8 to 9 seconds depending on how long the flight time is of the shot itself. Now the file format, I like going with MOV. I know it's a larger file, but it's also a lot better quality file, slightly better than the MP4s. At least in my opinion, is what I've heard. Let me know if you're down below if I'm wrong. But now the only thing you gotta do is export selected shots, click the shots that you want to. Usually if I have more than one, I just click select all. And as long as you have that little white frame around it, you are good to go. You click OK. and you kind of select where you want it to go. For me, I'll just leave it on my desktop, and it'll go rendering files right here. Sorry, rendering videos right here, and it'll create a little task bar here that will kind of progress. And once it's gone, your video is ready to go. It's not going to pop up on your screen or anything like that. And I will see you once the video itself is done, and we can look at the full finished product. All right, so now it looks like that. So now it looks like the video has completed. Here it is right here. Double click on it. I'll show you really quickly. Again, this is start to finish the video. I'm going to pretty much fast forward to basically where I take the shot, because that's the only thing that matters here. And what you will see here is that the shot is part of the video. Boom, exactly. Got a little cut, little bit of a cut there. It does go just a little bit short, just past that bunker, and boom, there you have it. That's the first video. Let's jump into the second one. All right, so the second video, again, like I mentioned previously, is going to be if you have any obstacles that you're hitting over, whether it's trees, a wall, anything that you're hitting your golf ball over, and you want it to look crisp, you want it to look clean, and you don't want it to look like you're putting the shot tracer and it's just landing in front of it. You know you're hitting over it, and you want that to happen. So I'm going to show you right here. You import the video. This one is going to be, that's the par 3. This is the par 4 that I clear these trees. Open up the file. It'll obviously analyze the contents of the files. And boom, here you go. The previous one, you didn't really see it with the progress bar, should I say. And right here, what happens is it basically just tries to analyze your shot. If you have, a good view of the golf ball, like the previous video or the previous video that I did, it picked it up itself. And so it's trying to do that. And like I previously mentioned as well, sometimes it won't be able to do it if you're playing on a cloudy day, it's raining, bad weather, maybe dusk, just not easy to pick up the golf ball. And because of that, it won't be able to do it, and you're gonna have to forcefully do it, which it's okay because it kind of looks better anyway if you do it yourself. A lot of times though, it can pick it up, and this is very, very good. The app itself is legit. But while it's loading right now, I'm just kind of trying to fill some time up, but now it's gonna be done, and you're gonna take a look and see what it created. Now I click right here, and now you can see that this shot goes, so this shot, just so you know, I cleared the trees. You will see that in the shot itself. And it goes all the way over here, and I clear these trees. These trees are probably like 150 yards out, maybe 200. And like I mentioned previously, if you click this right here, this is where the ball's going to end up. And if you click it, you can hold it and move it wherever you want. If you think it goes over there, boom, it'll change obviously the shot shape, but that's where it'll land. If you think it goes here, boom, well then you can put it there. If it goes up in the trees, sometimes it doesn't come down, you can obviously leave it up there, but that's another option that you can do. Now, with this, what I like to do, again, edit the trajectory here, go to the keyframing. Again, it's the most accurate route to go. And I will go back to reset the impact frame. I'm going to go to the next frame on the impact frame. As you see, it did go to there. Since my camera, again, is 4K 30 frames, it's not going to be, 60 frames where I might have had closer to that impact when the ball is actually hitting the club. But this is going to be the closest that I get. Now selecting that as an impact frame, and now here we go where we are clicking on the golf ball itself. I'm going to hit that space bar again a few times. Another little feature, if you want to go 5 frames forward or not, you can just click this if you want, instead of clicking over and over and over again on the space bar. I like tracking the golf ball as much as I can here, especially for these long ones, because it does get difficult to see as you see the ball gets farther and farther away. I mean, look at that. You really have to pay attention. Though, if you don't have any clouds, it does make it very, very easy to do it, especially if you have some kind of blue skies here. As you watch here, when I hit the space bar, the ball is just getting more difficult to see. But you can see a little bit of a change of the discoloration of it. And now that's about high enough for me that I'm good with that. And now I want to select where the ball is going to land. And one thing, if I didn't mention before clicking zoom in, it'll tell you the flight time. Again, this is where the impact frame is set, and this is the 5.7 seconds after where the ball is supposed to land. So now I know that I hit this ball just probably about like right here, probably landed maybe like right here. I don't know exactly the time. Again, if you do want to go through this, one thing that I do is I actually go through my raw file, and I just try to back and forth every 2 seconds, maybe to try to find out where that ball exactly landed. But for here, I'll give you a basic idea of it. It doesn't have to be exact, but I know that it landed left, and I was probably about like 5 to 10 yards short of the green. I absolutely smashed this drive. but it might have went a little bit longer, you know, than 5.7 seconds. As you still see people here on the green right here. That's kind of crazy. But I do remember the ball landed. But what I'm actually going to check right here is I'm just going to look right around here and try to see if I can see any ball land right around this area. Looking, looking, looking. I don't know if I waited or not on that actual shot, because I lost it once it got to the trees. I knew that I covered them and I was set. And this is about 5.7 seconds. And when you hit a ball that far, it's going to take a little bit of time to get down. So I'm going to add just a few extra seconds onto that and just kind of click this spot right here. And now, obviously, when I create the line, that line itself looks like it's definitely a draw right there. But you see that this red line goes in front of the tree, and you don't want that. If you're hitting it past the tree, you don't want it to look like you're hitting it short of the tree. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look crisp. So one thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click this button right here called mask. Essentially what that's going to do is it's going to, whatever you shade, it's going to basically black out or transparent the shot tracer line right there. And when you do that, it basically, you'll see it after, but you have to click on this, and then you can go the size of it and make it thinner or thicker. And then when you click on it with this plus arrow, it'll zoom in on the spot. And as you see here, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get rid of that line as much as I can on that tree. So essentially what's going to happen is it's going to go up in the air, and then what's going to happen is right here, it's going to go away. You're still going to see the rest of the line from the beginning, but it's going to go away right here, and it's going to come back at the bottom where the opening of the tree does come. So if that makes sense. And again, what I'm probably going to do here, just to make it a little bit easier and give you another version of this, is I'm going to export this as trim individual shot sequence. Now, this is going to shorten up the clip. This is not the whole clip here, but this is basically going to show you that the longer clip, it's not going to be the same. Now I'm just going to click export selected shots. Make sure to click it. You have that white frame on the outside of it. And then now find the area that you want this video to go. You click open, and now it's rendering videos. This one should be a little bit quicker just because it's not taking the full scope of the whole video itself. Some of these clips are about 45 to 50 seconds, depending on if I'm talking before the shot, if I'm talking after the shot, if it takes me a little bit longer to, you know, get ready for the shot. But this one is definitely moving a lot faster compared to the previous one, where I just kept it from the beginning and the end, and I didn't have it shorten it up, just strictly on the shot itself. But I will see you guys once this video completes and show you guys the finished product. All right, guys, so now that the little progress bar is gone, I'm gonna go back and go entire video, and then so I don't mess it up on my future videos. But now since that's gone, all I can do is back up here, and now you will see that right here is the video that I created. And as you see, it's 14 seconds here, and I'll show you really quickly. It is right here. This is the original clip, 54 seconds long. So it's shortened from 54 seconds to 14 seconds. And I press the space bar to start the video, and now you can watch the nice little shot trace. It looks very classy. It looks honestly perfect as it goes up, sits in the air for a little bit, and then drops down. And you look at the mask. I will pause it right there. I'm going to zoom up on it for you guys as well, just so you see this. I'm going to get a little bit closer so you do see this. But just watch how clean that looks. It goes away, and then it picks up at the bottom. I'm not sure if you saw that on the bottom, but you definitely want to look. I'm going to slow it down as well. But yeah, I'm going to slow it down for you guys, just so you guys are able to see that, because it looks really classy here. A little bit more difficult because the front of the shot tracer does kind of run into the back, but you will see just, you know, watching this, boom, it goes down, and then watch on the bottom right here, and there you go. Wow. And that's it. Now you're able to show that you actually hit the ball over the trees, over whatever object you want, and you're ready to add this to your video. But this really does make your videos look very clean, very good, very like legit videos that you see on Good, Brian Bros, Bob Does Sports, and all the main, you know, golf YouTubers. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you guys have any questions on about this. I could do another tutorial, like I mentioned, of zooming up on your shots. It's a little bit different. A few other things that you got to make sure you're paying attention to. But for the most part, it's very similar, and it's very easy, and it's a thing that you need to do in order to help make your golf videos look legit. But like I mentioned previous, guys, if you guys could please leave a like, trying to spread this out to the community so more people people know how to do this. It's not that difficult. It's not as hard. It's not going to take as much time as you want. The most that this takes is from the rendering. So once you set this all up, the rendering will take the longest time. The setup is not that long. But again, don't forget to hit that notifications button so you don't miss any of our videos, our podcasts, in real life videos, or even PGA Tour 2K25 golf videos. But that'll do it, guys. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to stay fly and go low.